Hi guys, my name is Daniel and welcome back to Born Poor Die Rich, the channel for financial mastery as well as financial freedom through property. And I've been getting a few questions. What if I'm already in debt? I have perhaps spent on my credit card, there was a family emergency, or perhaps I have, when I first started out getting a credit card, I didn't realize that I needed to pay the full amount. I only paid the minimum on it every month, and of course the 24% interest a year started to really accumulate, and now I'm in a debt situation. How do I get out of that? So this video I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how do you get out of debt in the fastest possible way. So the first step is by listing down all the debt that you have across all the different credit cards or all the different banks and finding out exactly how much interest you're paying down on each of these loans. Yes, it might be a depressing thought to see, how much I am in debt in total, but I promise you this first step will help you gain a lot more clarity and, more importantly, come up with an action plan towards bringing that debt down. The second step is you probably realize by now that you are paying an incredible amount of interest rate on those debt. It could be 19%, 20%, or even 24%. So the next step is to look for a balance transfer loan, and you can go to any bank and ask them for a balance transfer. And what this does is you could be having maybe 3 different loans from, say, DBS or UOB or Citibank. So approaching these banks to say, I have some credit card debt with other banks or other loans. It could be a renovation loan, for example. Could you roll up all these loans into one loan and negotiate for a lower interest rate? And this is key. What interest rate is best? Of course, as low as possible. Some balance transfer programs have a 0% interest rates for a period of 6 months, for example, and it comes with a small processing fee, 1 to 3%, but that is way better than 24% of interest that you're paying every year, which is compounded every month as well. So negotiating with the bank for a lowest possible rate. Some people that I've coached through this debt restructuring actually have negotiated rates of like 6% or 8% per annum. And this is really helpful because the amount that you're now paying every month goes down to reduce the actual debt that you loan and not just to pay off the interest that is accumulating every month. The third step is extremely critical as well, and is what I would call an expense audit, which is to take stock of all the things that you're spending every month. And I mean everything. If you buy a coffee, if you take a bus, if you pay your bills, how much exactly are you spending and on what? Because that gives you clarity on firstly what is going out every month. And if you remember my other video on the bathtub analogy, you want to know what exactly is that is draining the water or your wealth away every month, so that you can take steps on slowing that rate of water flowing out. And this expense audit involves perhaps looking and see, maybe I take cabs 2 or 3 times a month. How could I reduce that? What are areas in my expenditure that I could cut so that I could create an additional savings, and this goes then to pay off the debt at a quicker rate. The challenge comes when some people are so much in debt that they feel that they have lost control and they might as well spend anyway. And however, this is a downward spiral. And I really urge you, if you're in such a situation, to take control of your situation. There is a way out of this, slowly but surely. Now going on to the 4th step. After you have clarity on exactly how much you're spending every month and finding ways to trim that figure to as low as possible, you now have additional sums of money that you can put to repay your debt every month, more than just the minimum of what they are asking you to pay. However, if you have 3 or 4 different loans, which loan should you pay down first? And this is where there are really 2 methods that you can use. The first method is called the debt Avalanche method, which is essentially paying down the debt, which is the smallest, regardless of the interest rate. And in this way, you could clear that debt as quickly as possible, leaving fewer number of debts. And psychologically, it just makes you feel like you're making progress. The second method, and actually is my preferred method, is what is called the debt snowball method. So remember in the first step, you have listed down all your debt and the corresponding interest rate that you're paying. What you want to do is to see which is the debt that you're paying the highest interest rate on, and targeting that as the first monster to get rid of, if you like, because that is the one that is really eating away at your finances every month. And once you clear that, all the additional money that was used to to pay off that loan, for example, then flows on to pay off the next debt. And as you can see, it works like a snowball, because once you start paying off the debt, you have more money to then pay off the next debt. So in this way, your debt is slowly being paid off, and in an exponential way as well. So the fifth and final step is to use a debt payoff calculator, and you can go to this website www.vertex42.com, and when you download that spreadsheet, you can list down all the debts that you have, how much you're paying down on it every month, what is the interest on these debts, and it will work out for you exactly how many months do you need to pay off. And this is a critical step because you are identifying the date where you can celebrate being debt-free. So my suggestion is to mark that date down as a target and celebrate that well when you finally reach there, because that is the day you have gotten rid of all the bad debt in your life, and you'll be in a much better position to move forward towards your financial mastery and your financial freedom. Imagine you're running the race in life, but you're running with, saddled with a lot of weight or being pulled back by cords, and that is your bad debt. You want to cut away all these bad debt that is holding you back, pulling you back, so that you can propel yourself in the direction of your dreams and your goals in life. So please leave your comments, questions that you have at the bottom. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and give a big thumbs up if this video has been helpful for you. Continue to follow us on this channel, and I'll be here to support you on this journey.